Like Purdue, it's just an example. Purdue losing to Fresno State is okay. We still win the Big Ten West. But me,
Billy Napier gets fired. I'm just kidding.
really the best time of the year. I will be seated watching the Red Zone for 7 hours on Sunday. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Backyard Banter. I'm Johnny. That's James. That's Tanner. We're getting right into our college football talk this week. Massive week in college football. Biggest week of the year so far, maybe the entire season.
Oh, I can't wait.
And we're getting right into the biggest game of the week. Game day will be there. James will be on edge the entire night. Ohio State, Notre Dame. It's huge. James had the take that they could win the national championship. They very well could. But the biggest battle of the game, I think, is going to be Notre Dame's run offense versus Ohio State's D-line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you're talking about the number 3 overall defense versus the number 4 overall defense. So Ohio State's got the edge at 3 and Notre Dame at 4. So it's just going to be one of those just great college football games. And if it's not, I'll be shocked, right? So you just look at the studs on both sides of the ball, right? So obviously Marvin Harrison, going to be a top 5 pick in the NFL, most likely, right? He's just an animal. He's got over 300 yards receiving. He's got 3 touchdowns this year. Kyle McCord is looking for him every play, so he's a huge piece. But you look at this Notre Dame offense, we can run the ball, right? We have one of the best running backs in college football. Sam Hartman's hooping again. Obviously, he's 26 years old, 25 years old. So
wears his rib around his neck.
Yeah, so
tough.
I mean,
So
he's just a mature quarterback who knows how to play big moments. So this is a huge game because for both teams, right?
Yeah.
To stay in the picture, playoff picture, and all that. But I am so excited to watch Notre Dame actually play a team. I mean, you've got so many dogs on this team. I mean, Jaden Thomas is an elite wide receiver in college football. The line hasn't moved much at all the whole week. Ohio State's still favored by 3.
3, yeah.
I'm just so excited. So I cannot wait to watch this football game Saturday night. It's going to be electric.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it either. This is one of those games that, like, you see on the schedule in college football months in advance, and you're like, that game, like, can't wait to watch it. I think the defensive numbers are a little bit inflated for both teams just because of who they've played so far this year.
Sure.
One concern that I have for Ohio State is their run defense the last 2 years has not been good. Like, just not good at all. And the way Notre Dame runs the ball, I think that could be a big problem for the Buckeyes.
Yeah.
I do think that the Buckeyes have the best player on the field in Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a problem for Notre Dame. So there's a problem for each team, in my opinion, but I think their problems even out. I think it's going to be a very good game. I favor the Buckeyes right now. I mean, it could change for me, but part of that's just because I'm a Notre Dame hater.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I do like the Buckeyes. I think this game means, I mean, it means a lot to both teams, but I think it means more to Ohio State because, I mean, Notre Dame has a lot more opportunities to get big wins than Ohio State does. So I think this is a big one for the Buckeyes. I think there should be a lot of Ohio State fans there too. I think the crowd's going to be pretty close to 50-50.
I don't think it'll be 50-50, but there will be some Ohio State.
I disagree. I think it's a bigger game for Notre Dame. Ohio State has a conference championship, right? They can lose this game and still lose even one more and be in the conference championship, right? That Notre Dame schedule, the Clemson game is not looking as enticing as it was once the season started. USC, obviously a huge game. We don't really know about Notre Dame right now. They need to win this game to be legitimate. We talked about the Florida-Tennessee game. That this is a helmet game. You see those 2 helmets, you know, two storied franchises.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so excited. This game will come down to the quarterback play. They might have the best player on the field, but if they don't have someone that can get him the ball against some dudes that Notre Dame has on defense, it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll get more to that game when we pick it. The next game I think we have to go to is Colorado-Oregon. No Travis Hunter for a few weeks. The big question for Colorado, can they be good enough in the trenches? Ever since the first game, they've really kind of struggled in that area. The offensive line, they have not been able to run the ball effectively. If you can't run against Colorado State, how are you going to be able to run against Oregon?
Yeah. I look at this game, and the spread shows it perfectly. I don't want to diss on Colorado again, like, because we did hard 4 weeks ago, right? And we looked like a bunch of morons, and they went out there and took care of TCU.
Very similar line too.
But TCU, not good. Nebraska, not good. Barely beat a not good Colorado State team. Now you take on a team like Oregon, who has so many weapons on both sides of the ball.
Oregon is so underrated. They've just been flying under the radar.
Yeah, I agree.
Every single post you see on ESPN or anything is about Colorado right now. Colorado.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be a big wake-up party. No Travis Hunter is a huge deal.
Well, here's the thing. Colorado has 3 of the top 5 most watched games in college football.
It's a Deion effect.
Right?
Yeah.
So that the game that the Colorado game was the most watched
It's insane.
college football game.
In that late time slot. I mean,
And
that's
it
huge.
ended at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
It's
incredible.
2 a.m.
The Deion
Eastern.
effect.
It's just
The Deion effect is real.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, this Oregon spread of -21 might be a bit much,
it's huge.
but Oregon's going to take care of business because I think they're legit. Here's the thing: the Pac-12, we had talked about it before, is so underrated. But it's even more underrated now because the only team they're talking about is Colorado.
Literally.
Whereas you have Oregon, Washington, USC, UCLA. I mean, there's so many matchups. There's so many matchups just this week.
In the Pac-12.
All the ranked teams play each other this week. It is an incredible week for the Pac-12. One to tune into for sure. Super
Gosh,
excited.
if Colorado wins this game, it's gonna be
It'd be
times a
incredible.
million. I think if they had Travis Hunter, it would be more competitive because Shadur Sanders is, is he better than Bo Nix? Has more potential. He can make more wild plays.
Sure.
It's what will Deion even said on the podcast. He's like, I put the offense out there in first and overtime because he didn't trust his defense.
Yeah.
They haven't played well. If they didn't play well against Colorado State, what's Bo Nix gonna do?
Right. Well, and that's the thing. I don't think when we talk about what games come down to, we usually talk about quarterback play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this game comes down to quarterback play. I really don't, because of the fact that I think you're going to have 2 quarterbacks that are going to go out there and hoop. What defense can get the most stops?
Exactly.
And in the Pac-12, we obviously know that means a lot. Stops are huge, and it's not really changing this year much. I mean, Pac-12 defenses are doing a little better this year. But overall, they're still just scoring 60 points a game. If you're Oregon, you're scoring 80. So
I like Oregon as well. I think Oregon has one of the more impressive wins in college football so far this year. I think that win at Texas Tech is kind of flying under the radar for them. That was impressive. That was a rowdy environment, a quality Texas Tech team. So Bo Nix is on another level right now. I think we've never seen him play this well. And I pull for Oregon State in this conference, but I also want to see Oregon do well too.
yeah.
Big question. We're gonna move off.
There's just so many good games this year. This
week is nuts.
This is one of the best weeks I've seen since I started paying attention to college football.
I mean, it's
I agree.
all day, every day. And speaking of that, we're gonna move to another game. Is Alabama gonna lose back-to-back games for the first time since God knows when?
Here's the thing.
I guess I don't know. But it's been a long time.
Here's the
Ole
thing.
Miss comes to town.
If this game's in Mississippi, I think Bama could lose. I don't see Bama losing another home game. I don't. I understand they're having quarterback issues.
That Ole Miss offense averaging 52
Oh
points.
yeah. I just
Jackson
don't.
Dart can spin.
What's the spread on this? So Bama's favorite
7,
6.5. 7. Okay. I think Bama wins this football game because they're at home. It's going to be a rowdy environment, obviously. They're going to figure out their quarterback issues. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but like last pod, you can't have a team like this that doesn't figure out these issues. Nick Saban is too good.
It's too good.
Too good of a coach.
And you think last week could have been almost like a glorified scrimmage,
Yeah.
right? Wanted to see every quarterback play, saw that Milroe was the best. Their offensive line has to be better.
Yeah.
They have not been good.
No.
I was hyping them up, early on, all the podcasts I listened to, all the sports shows I watched, hyping up the offensive line, saying it's the best they've seen in years. It's been terrible so far.
Yeah.
So, big game. Need a bounce back from Alabama there in
doubt.
order to. For us, we picked them all the way to the SEC and for them to win the national
No
championship.
doubt.
So,
Yeah.
for our picks, we need to.
I think I have them in the Natty too. So
I have trouble with this game because I want to take Ole Miss. This is Ole Miss's Super Bowl. If you think about it, like they win this, you're thinking SEC West playoff.
Yeah.
So I just have a hard time picking Ole Miss, even though I want to, because this is kind of like the LSU Mississippi State game. Like we're gonna find out about Bama, just like we said we were gonna find out about LSU. I could see Bama coming in and just rolling over them, but at the same time, like I'm not surprised at all if Bama loses this.
Yes, no, me neither. I think probably maybe second to Bama, the most important game of the weekend is a team that ran the college football with Bama for the better part of the 2010s. Florida State Clemson, very similar to Florida last week. Clemson needs to win this game to stay relevant. Florida State, huge game. Clemson haven't lost a home conference game in the past 28 games. I think since Pitt beat them on the last second field goal.
Here's the set. Let's just set the tone here.
Set a table.
You've got Florida State, fourth ranked team in the country.
Yeah.
Clemson, unranked. Yeah. Florida State's favored by 2.
Yeah,
if that doesn't show how dominant Clemson is at home and in this conference, I don't know what could be more clear.
Yeah.
I mean, Death Valley is a legitimate thing. Like, this game, me and Tanner talked about it earlier. How can you have a team 4 in the country, unranked, they're only favored by 2?
Yeah.
It's incredible. I think it's an 11 a.m. game, and I'm so excited for this game.
Yeah, I agree. I can't make a pick on this game. No. I've been going back and forth. I just wasn't impressed with Clemson when I've seen them play. So for that reason, I'm gonna go Florida State. I know they had that hiccup last week. They were fortunate to win, but you know what? Last week was a trap game. You know, they were probably, in all honesty, looking ahead to this Clemson game. Yeah. I like the Seminoles. Until I see them lose, I'll probably pick them in every game. I think that's how I'll go with them.
As you should. You say a trap game, but it's Boston College, man. Boston College should never even be a trap game.
No.
Regardless. You should out-talent them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get into the rest of our picks on pickup. Well, we can get into some other games as we pick them.
Yeah.
I don't want to go fast.
The first game of the pick'em, which by the way we went 5-5 last week. We are now 20-10 on the season, so could be better, could be worse. First game is Auburn at Texas A&M. Auburn's 3-0, and I feel like this is a team we haven't even mentioned one time.
They've been able to run the ball very efficiently. They're a very run-heavy team. They have, I think 40 more runs than they do passes.
Really?
They have the Mississippi State quarterback, Thorne, I think is his last name. Did some really good things on that good Mississippi State team.
Michigan State.
Michigan State, not Mississippi State, excuse me, Michigan State. Texas A&M needs this game. If they don't win this game, Jimbo could be fired after the game.
Yeah.
They have the most talented roster in college football. They have more 5-stars than way more 5-stars than Auburn.
Yeah.
They have to win this game. But I don't know. I want to pick Auburn.
You want to go with it?
I don't know. What are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna pick Texas A&M. I didn't think they looked too bad against Miami, and I do think Miami's pretty impressive so far this year. And it's at Texas A&M. I'll take Texas A&M.
Yeah, I like the Aggies here.
Good. Feed me Auburn. I think Auburn's going to be able to run the ball really effectively, even though A&M's defense has really been good against the run. Miami killed them over the air. So if Auburn's going to have to make some big-time passes to win, but give me Auburn. Continue with our pick-em. We'll go right into the next game.
Yeah, Florida State.
We're just talking about.
Yeah, Florida State comes in. Like I said, I'm going to pick Florida State until I see them lose. This is such a tough game.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go with my gut.
I don't disagree. You can look at these stats here. 84% of the country is picking Florida State.
Yeah.
If I'm a betting man, there's value in Clemson, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know, man. This is such an interesting game. I like the Seminoles here, but it's not going to surprise me if Clemson just comes out and balls.
Yeah,
they haven't done it yet.
I think this Clemson game is very similar to the Florida game a week ago, right? Laid an egg in week 1, played against no one the past few weeks. Need this game.
Oh, yeah.
And as a Florida State hater, sorry, Mom, I'm going with Clemson. I just think that home crowd. I mean, Florida State has been ready for this game, right? Like that was circled even more the LSU game to start the year. They need this game, but I think Cade Klubnik, Garrett Riley does just enough at home to win. But obviously, we're picking Florida State.
You went Florida State.
I'm with Seminoles, but again, I don't.
I
don't hate the take at all. Yeah.
I was very close.
And if you would have picked Clemson, I think I would have picked Florida State.
Yeah.
I prefer to have Florida State the pick there, but I think it's just very similar to the Florida game from a week ago.
Another ranked matchup we haven't mentioned yet. We got number 22 UCLA. They travel to Utah, and is Cam Rising?
Yeah, it's Cam Rising playing.
I still don't even think it matters. Like,
no,
I think it's at Utah.
I don't think it matters. I'm with Tanner here. I don't think it matters. I saw on Twitter that he got it's just a question mark, and I'm like, let us know. Yeah. Let the people know. Is he going to play?
I think that matters immensely. I'm telling you. I've watched Utah a few times now. I watched their entire Florida game. Without the 75-yard bomb on the first play, their offense has been really inept since then. Right? Devin Moore, the five-star, has over 600 yards and 7 touchdowns already. I'm going against you guys every time. I'm going to pick UCLA. I really like the Bruins here, Chip Kelly, but going into Utah, tough environment obviously, but I think they're going to out-special them at quarterback and win.
Yeah, again, I mean, it's every game.
It's
hard
awesome.
to pick. But
Utah -6, though. That's the home field advantage.
yeah, I just think Utah at home. I go Utah. You go Utah as well.
Feed me the
You go
Utes.
Utah. Ole Miss at Bama here.
We talked about this a lot.
Yeah.
Bama's gonna figure it out.
Bama to bounce back.
I'll just go. Yeah.
Bama's gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
BYU at Kansas. I don't know much about BYU.
They just beat Arkansas.
Yeah.
They
They
did.
just beat Arkansas, but Jaden Daniels too much.
I like BYU's mascot, the cougar.
Cougar.
He like dances.
Shout out John
That's pretty
Smith,
cool.
founder of Mormonism.
Yeah.
That's
So,
a push right there.
You're going BYU.
Yeah, I'm going Kansas.
You're going Kansas.
Such
I'm
a
going-
weird. Shout out to Morton.
John Smith. I don't know his first name, but in
What?
my 8-push class, we had a Mount Rushmore of 8-push figures, and John Smith was on there.
Wow.
Because he started.
It's because he had like 20
Mormonism?
wives. Because he had like 20 wives. Dumb.
That's fair.
That would be different. I'll go Kansas.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels
Jayhawks.
too much.
Jayhawks.
Big game right here.
Oregon State ranked 14th in the land. They're playing the 21st ranked Washington State Cougars, who
Yeah.
just beat Wisconsin a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago. So.
This spread's -3 in favor of Oregon State, which is again a bit low
Yeah.
because I think Oregon State's the better team here. But again, you're going to Washington State.
Yeah.
You don't know how the crowd's going to be up there, but you never know, right? When you have a team that's playing well, people start showing out.
Yeah.
People start coming out of the
Yeah.
forest to come watch your teams. They get a number next to their name. But I like the Beavers here.
Yeah, I like the Beavers as well. I don't think people understand how good their run game is.
Yeah.
I think they have a 5-star running back that was a former 5-star, and then they have like another really good back behind it. They just run the ball so well, and they have a good quarterback.
And
I
a
love
good
Oregon
defense.
State. Their defense. I mean, this is a good roster. It is genuinely
It's a good
roster.
defense for the Pac-12.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm a Washington State expert, but I do know a lot about Oregon State, and again, strong year last year, built on it. Give me Oregon State.
Yeah.
Feed us the Beavs.
Game of the week.
Game of the week: Ohio State at Notre Dame. I'm just gonna go ahead and not even give analysis. I'm just gonna pick the
Yeah,
Buckeyes.
we've talked about it. Jen,
So-
who do you got?
Here's the thing. Okay. It's hard. I don't want to make an outlandish take here, but
Oh, go for it.
Notre Dame's going to win this game by 10 plus. Okay. Here's the thing. I was looking at like just the stats, right? Marvin Harrison Jr. undoubtedly the best player on the field.
Yeah.
We Notre Dame. I can refer to
Oh
as
yeah,
we.
I feel that.
Okay. We can guard and defend dudes. Okay. Our secondary is still Notre Dame secondary, known to be good, especially under the Marcus Freeman era. Okay. If you guard him, McCord's only thrown 6 touchdowns this year. 3 of them are to Harrison. Okay. And then the other 3 are to Igbuka, right? So you guard Harrison, I don't think that Notre Dame's going to have an issue because they're going to be able to stop the run from Henderson. They're going to be able to stop the run there. And McCord, I don't think is good enough to make plays on his own.
Yeah.
So if we can just guard one of the best players in the country, which is easier said than done, we're going to win this game because we can run the ball so well. And the ability that we have to just roll out Sam Hartman and just the dudes on this Notre Dame team, I don't see this game. I hope I'm right. I don't think this game's going to be an issue for Notre Dame. I think they're going to take care of business because I don't think this is the hardest game on the schedule. I think it's undoubtedly for me it's USC because of how athletic Caleb Williams is. But I know you picked the Buckeyes. I have the Fighting Irish. It's going to come down to you. That's just my take because I'm big on Notre Dame this week.
Sam Hartman's going to make enough plays. Notre Dame's going to win. I'm going to keep it
Let's
free.
go.
Notre Dame's going to win.
Let's
Running
go.
game's going to be there. Sam Hartman's
Let's
going to
go.
hit a deep shot. Notre Dame will win.
I'm telling you,
At home.
Audric,
Shutout touchdown, Jesus.
63, Audric, 63 carries this year, 521
Yeah,
yards.
there's a dog.
Yeah.
What's
That's 8 on average.
Memphis at Missouri.
Mizzou.
Both 3-0. I'm going
Mizzou.
to take
Feed me the
Mizzou.
Tigers.
UCF
Oh, they're both Tigers.
at Kansas State.
Big game. UCF, underrated team. First Big 12 test.
Yeah.
Kansas State.
I go Kansas State.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still good.
Kansas
Yeah.
State just bouncing back. They
Yeah.
gotta bounce back.
There's a lot of games.
Carolina at
Good ones, dude.
Carolina at Pitt. Sorry, Hills.
Yeah, Carolina. Pitt's a fun team.
But
Did they
Pitt-
beat
but-
West Virginia?
Yes.
No, they did not.
lost.
West
Never
Virginia.
mind.
They only,
They're not a
scored,
fun
they only
team.
scored 3.
Yeah, I was
It's not a fun
Close.
team. Did we pick them?
I think we picked Pitt.
What do they they call that the game? The
backyard brawl.
Not backyard banter.
How many points will be scored at Ohio State versus Notre Dame?
47. I'm just.
That's a great number.
Is it?
I'll just say like 53.
Yeah,
I was
like
gonna
that
say
one more.
50. So
Yeah, let's do 52.
50.
52?
51.
51. All right, it's gonna be correct.
Let's
too.
go.
All right, let's get right into NFL. NFL, unlike college, there's not as like jump off the page matchups here. First one I want to get to, Chargers Vikings. We talked about last podcast. Basically an elimination game.
Yep.
Right. Kirk Cousins has actually been good this year.
Yeah.
Right. He's been really good. People say the prime time bugaboo, whatever. Played very well on Thursday Night Football the other day. Chargers, man, Brandon Staley got to win this game, or else might get fired. After blowing that big lead in the playoffs, Justin Herbert, better quarterback here. No Austin Eckler, he's doubtful to play. I don't know, big game. What do you guys think?
So is Cam Akers playing? I don't think he can play, right?
Oh,
Or
he
am I
might be able
good?
to.
He's a running back, so it's not the hardest position to learn right away. I love the Vikings here.
Yeah.
I look at this team who has last year they played a ton of close games. This season they've been in almost every game they've played in. Kirk Cousins is legit. JJ is the best player.
On the field.
On the field.
He's the best player on the field.
Always, right?
Yeah.
He is so good and athletic. If they can get Cam Akers into this play calling,
Yeah.
now they can run the ball better.
Yeah.
That was what they were missing.
An underrated trade. I don't know how much better Cam Akers is than Addison. Like, there's a reason why the Rams are moving off him.
Sure.
But
Just to add another piece.
no, for sure. No,
Yeah.
I'm not. It's definitely an
Yeah.
underrated good trade.
For what? A sixth
Yeah.
round pick?
Yeah.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
cheers, thanks.
Justin Jefferson, Derwin James, two just dudes right there. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a fun matchup.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick the Chargers. I'm not a fan of the Vikings defense. I've said it all
Yeah.
along. And the Chargers, man, their offense is good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Not a
pick the
terrible
Chargers.
take. Yeah, it's not a terrible take.
There's actually a couple games that I don't think stick out maybe to you guys that kind of stick out to me. Atlanta at Detroit. Just because Atlanta's 2-0,
Yeah.
and I want to see how Detroit responds. And I'm also interested to see the Saints go travel to Lambeau and play the Packers.
Why is Green Bay favored here?
Because the Saints' offense has not been
The
good.
Saints' offense has not been
They've
good.
not been
It's
good.
at Lambeau. The place can be rocking. As much as I hate to say it, it's gonna be rocking.
But Jordan Love is still not him.
Jordan Love, you mean the person that leads NFL touchdown passes?
Congratulations with what, 312 yards total?
6 touchdowns.
I understand, bro, but like last game he went 14 for 28.
I don't know. That's a tricky game. I'm staying away from that game.
Yeah.
I'm hammering the Saints money.
I don't know. It's not for me. I think another one that stands out to me, the Bills go to the Commanders.
Yes, I was about to say
the
that.
Commanders 2-0, similar to the Falcons going to the Lions. Again, you think the Lions are the better team, don't have the best record, but yeah, I mean Sam Howell's been doing his thing recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna take the Bills because I don't know. They're too good. Josh Allen is too good to start 1-2, and they need this game.
Yeah.
And
Need
they're
it.
trying to keep up with the Dolphins, which bold prediction: Dolphins are gonna lose this week to the Broncos.
Yeah,
bold prediction.
yeah,
very bold.
I don't think I hate
Every team kind of drops a game,
Sure.
right? Jalen Waddle's questionable. Was in concussion protocol.
And Tyreek Hill is.
Is he really?
With an
Yeah,
ankle.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, give me the Broncos. Patrick Surtain. He's the most popular corner, I think.
Here's a game that might not be super interesting in terms of like let's go watch the game, but Titans Browns.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's gonna be a messy. It's a Mike Vrabel game, right?
Cleveland's
there.
favored 3.5, and I love the Titans.
I love the
at
Titans,
3.5. Obviously, horrific injury to Nick Chubb.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
terrible.
horrific. You hate seeing that, especially to a guy who's already had that happen.
Yeah.
Right.
And
it sucks.
I mean, and he's who you want a football player to be.
Oh my
right?
gosh,
I mean,
yeah.
he's awesome.
He-
That really.
I like the Titans here because they play football the right way. They have the better coach, right? I don't think the Cleveland atmosphere is going to be.
Who knows? The Dog Pound. That place.
I'll tell you what,
can get
that's
rowdy.
a place that I want to check out.
Yeah, that place can get rowdy.
But I love the Titans here in this
Yeah.
matchup. Especially that they're the underdogs. Especially in a weak division. Like,
Yeah.
it's a big game for them.
I couldn't agree more. I kind of want to integrate my own like upset pick of the week,
Yeah.
like underdog pick of the week, like I did to the Rams last week, and the Titans was going to be mine this week.
No, I like
So
it.
I agree with you 100%
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. What's one more game?
We haven't talked about our own team.
Well, before we got into our teams, I wanted to bring up the big injury news that just broke.
Yeah.
Cowboys all-pro corner, right? I mean, he's an all-pro.
Yeah, it is.
Trayvon Diggs, knee injury today at practice, was seen leaving on crutches. They said MRI tomorrow, and then they came out and said they fear he tore his ACL. Just a huge blow to, I think, the best team in the league. Maybe not anymore, but
No, it's huge, and you hate to see it, right? Trayvon Diggs does it the right way. Had that big interception season a year ago. Was looking great so far this year. Him and Stephon Gilmore were one of the best corner duos in the league. Yeah, I mean, you hate to see it on the Cowboys team that hasn't been in a conference championship since the 90s.
I just hate it because there have been so many injuries in the first 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And it's to studs.
just
Just
players.
studs. And it's not good for the NFL.
It's not.
It's not good at all. Tanner and I were talking about it week 1. I'm like, these dudes are hitting different right now.
Yeah.
Like, there are some hits nowadays that you're watching and you're like, if I got hit like that, I ain't getting up. Like,
Well,
are you kidding me?
That's why when we say people look different, every NFL player looks different.
Yeah. But it's just some big injuries, so like praying that everyone can just stay healthy this week. And we watch the NFL to watch these big time players. So stay on the field and stay healthy, and we'll be good.
Now we got to talk about our teams. The Bears. We'll do the Bears first. Just God, what a day yesterday. I mean, the defensive coordinator has not gonna say the word, not good things out for him.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's official, but
it was reported that that wasn't
he
the truth.
resigned for a reason.
I agree, but
There's some.
the statements on Twitter are saying that it wasn't rated. First of all, Palace Hall wasn't even rated.
Imagine.
Yeah.
It wasn't even. When I saw it, I'm like, go figure. Like, you've got to be kidding me, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what can the Bears catch a break? Just one break.
And like Justin Fields slams the coaching staff and then comes back an hour later and says it isn't true. I mean, look,
Braxton Jones is out.
at him.
So
What is going on with our organization?
I don't know, man. It's a mess. And we ended the last pod. I was a negative Nancy on the last pod, and I actually found a newfound optimism after that, surprisingly.
Right before we faced the
Chiefs. I think if the Bears' offense comes out and looks better on Sunday, I would be optimistic because of their next 4 games. I'm not going to get into their next 4. Let's take it 1 week at a time for now. But I actually kind of like Justin Fields coming out and saying that yesterday because I feel like as a player, I mean, he's not playing the way he wants to play, and part of it is on the offensive play calling. So you call him out. Guess what? Hey, that's him saying you need to be better, Luke Getsy, and I need to be better too. Like, let's figure it out. And there was a video today of them at practice.
Hugging. That was so bad.
It was them hugging.
Well, here's the thing. What I love about it, though, because I was listening to it, that was what I was locked in on. Because these press conferences, normally I could care less about them. Right now, they mean so much to figure out, is this team even fighting at this point to work together? Matt Eberflus comes on after Justin, and he says, well, we want him to feel like he's in control. So if that's how he feels, then we'll work with him to figure it out. That is an incredible statement to hear from your head coach.
Yeah.
And it makes me as a fan be like, are we maybe going to see a Justin Fields that we haven't ever seen before? The answer, God, no. But maybe. Like,
I mean, we see Justin Fields missing wide open guys in that zone. And Justin Fields that doesn't trust his arm and isn't a good thrower in the pocket. So I don't know. I just hope they show some life.
This is my last point. The last thing that I want to bring up is I like what he said yesterday. We could probably put the clip up there, but he said, my goal this week is to say F it and just play football. That's when I play my best, when I'm out there playing free. I'm going to go out there and be me.
I wasn't necessarily playing my game. Felt like I was kind of robotic and, not playing like myself. So, my goal this week is just to, say F it and just go out there and, play football how I know how to play football.
And honestly,
you sound just like him.
I know I sound just like
You look just like
you look like him.
I know, dude. I'm huge, man. Honestly, the Braxton Jones being out and not having most of our offensive line, I think we're gonna see Justin Fields run a lot more because he's gonna have to. He's not gonna have time. He's gonna be running around, and I think that helps the Bears.
Who did we just pick up?
Offensive
Or
line.
re-sign?
Dan Feeney.
don't
From
know.
the Jets.
Anywho, Chiefs
I
by
don't
90.
Chiefs by 90.
Yeah,
They are favored by 12. No, hold on. What are they?
whatever it is.
12 and a half.
Take the Chiefs.
12 and a half points.
Take
In the
the Chiefs.
NFL, you don't see.
You don't see that college type of spreads a lot,
You don't-
so
you
you
don't
know
see
that
that.
one team's bad.
So the Bears, what they're gonna do is they're gonna walk into Arrowhead, and they're gonna come out with a win.
Hopefully.
And that's what's gonna happen. All right, but what now? Also, this tone for your game, because that's what you did for us. So now you have the Eagles. Okay, going down Monday Night Football
Hot.
in
Humid.
Tampa. Oh, it's gonna be so
Fire
hot.
the
It's gonna be
cannons.
so hot.
It's gonna be humid.
It's gonna be so
dark.
hot for the
It's gonna be
Eagles.
dark out. It's not gonna be hot.
It's gonna be so humid and sticky.
Just fire the cannons.
But the Eagles,
Fire the cannons.
the Eagles are still an elite team because you know what you have now? You have Jalen Hurts playing as an elite quarterback, and can they guard all those dudes on the Eagles?
Hopefully Carlton Davis is back. I don't really know. I don't know. This is a prove-it game for the Bucks. Start 2-0. Play two bad teams to start. The defense is really good. Baker hasn't had a turnover. The offense doesn't have a turnover so far this year. If they can play that kind of ball, they'll be in the game. They play Monday night, so I don't want to get too much into this. But the Bucks have enough talent to beat anybody. Plenty more than enough talent to beat anybody in the NFL. That's why Brady came. That's why he won the Super Bowl, won the division the next 2 years. They can beat anyone. But the Eagles are a different breed. They're not the Bears. They're not the Vikings, and they're not the Saints, who they play the week after. So big game. Even though the Bucks are 2-0, I'm trying to limit my excitement because I know that though Baker has been special so far, he's been so good. He's been so good. Can he sustain that for a whole year? Can he be like Geno Smith last year? Dave Canales did that with Geno Smith. Can he do it with Baker? This is a big game to see.
Yeah,
But,
I agree.
Yeah, I don't
Philly's
want to go.
favored by 5 to start.
Yeah, it's a weird line. Right?
I think
it's a weird line.
my prediction that line will change. Obviously, they don't play till Monday. I think that line will go towards closer to 6.
It went down.
But I just think it goes back up to 6.
We'll see.
That's my prediction.
It'll be a fun game.
So,
Let's touch on baseball
Yeah.
real quick. I'll talk about the Rays first. Rays split with the Orioles. They had to win 3 or 4. They had the final out twice in the last game. Couldn't get it done. Just took 2 of 3 from the Angels. They're 2 back right now as we're recording this from the Orioles. I mean, it's just so. I was telling Tanner, it's just like gut wrenching that you're going to win 94 games and be a wild card team.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. They would lead every other division in the AL by more than 5,
Yeah.
6 games.
It's just chips have fallen this
Yeah.
year. And
It's the new schedule. With only playing your division teams 14, 15 times, this is what happens. The AL East is so much better than everyone else, that top to bottom at least,
Sure.
that this is what at least do. But again, their bullpen until the last game of the Orioles series did not allow a run for over 38 innings.
Woo!
An earned run. So if they came in and someone left someone on third, that didn't count. They did not allow an earned run. Like that is insane.
Yeah, that's an incredible.
Best
stat.
bullpen in baseball. They got dudes in there. Their bullpen is one place that stayed relatively healthy, while the rest of the team went to hell.
Yeah.
And so we'll see. Yandy Diaz is still the most underrated player in baseball. I'm gonna keep saying it. He's so good.
Keep saying it.
He's so good. But yeah, that's all I'll do for the Rays.
Yeah, Cubbies. Tanner and I went to the game last night, or 2 nights ago.
Wednesday night.
Wednesday night they lost 12 to
The
7.
Grand Slam was electric. Oh,
We had a good time.
man,
We were out in the
had a
bleachers.
great time.
Just great time. Just treated us. Beautiful, beautiful city of Chicago. I tell you what. It's great. And Wrigley, no matter if the Cubs win or lose, is still an electric place. I tell you what though, Justin Steele came out that game and just dominated for the first 3 innings. And next thing you know, he
might be burnt out, man. This is the
I
most
think he
pitches, most innings he's ever thrown in his career.
I was gonna
They
die.
skipped the start
agree.
for him.
I agree,
mean-
but he came out and had 6 strikeouts
First 3 innings.
in the first
Yeah.
3 innings.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, like you said,
Going to-
his arm just, I don't know.
Yeah, I was actually wanting to talk about Justin Steele. That was one thing that I wanted to get into because, like Johnny mentioned, we moved him up. Instead of giving him an extra day of rest, we moved him up so he could pitch 3 out of the last 11 games. Now he pitches 2 more times. His last 2 starts have not been good. He is over a career high in innings by like well over 50. Young pitcher still, so like that's a big deal for him. But it's one of those things. It's like he pitches against the Rockies this weekend, and then he pitches against the Braves, and then he pitches the last game of the season, and that's one of those things that's if you need to win that game to get in,
Exactly.
you have your best going.
Exactly.
If you already clinched, you shut him down and you
Say
pitches
go get
game
the
one.
wild card.
Yeah.
So
Good problem to
yeah,
have.
I mean, as of now, we're half game up over Miami for the final playoff spot. We have a 1-game lead over the Reds, and we play today on Thursday, and nobody else does. So Wednesday night we get one up, and then the Marlins play the Brewers.
Here's another thing about the Cubs and the Pirates. Okay, we were 12-1 on the Pirates this season, entering last night.
Yeah.
The Pirates were bound.
Yeah, they're gonna get
to
one.
find a way to score on us,
Yeah.
right? And the ball last night was flying out of there.
Bad.
I mean, the home runs
Morel's home run
went
so
straight
far.
onto Waveland,
Oh.
and it flew over us. And we were just like, oh man! And then the grand slam, you knew it was going off
Yeah.
the bat. There were so many home runs in that game.
The Pirates hit a home run that was pretty close to us,
Yeah.
and that ball got out in like 2 seconds.
Oh my God.
Like that was a shot.
Yeah.
They use the juice
it was
balls.
hit so
All you heard
juice
was
balls
all
are
you
back.
heard from the crowd was like, oh, and the next thing you know, you're like, oh shoot, there it goes. Yeah, and next thing you know, you're down 8-1.
Yeah. But the wild card races in both conferences.
yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have I know right now it's Tampa. Is the Rangers? Rangers have a strong
No.
10 games.
Blue Jays are in the 5.
Really?
The
jeez.
Rangers and the Mariners are tied for the
That's
last
awesome.
spot, but both of them are
That'd be
only a game out of first place in the division.
That's awesome. It's just
That's
gonna
how
be
it
a
should be.
sprint.
That is
That's how it
awesome.
should be.
Hopefully the Blue Jays don't end up being the 2 seed. I don't want to play a divisional, especially because the Rays play them 5 times the last 13 games of the year.
Yeah.
I
Isn't
hope.
it crazy? October's almost here.
I love it. Best time of the year, man. We struggle through the summer for times like this, but we talked about the NL wildcard. Going to be a lot of fun. AL wildcard.
10-game sprint,
It's going to
man.
be crazy. It's a sprint to the finish, man.
It is a sprint.
Baseball needs urgency. 162 games, a lot of games, right? This is the urgency that baseball needs,
Yeah.
and it's great for the sport that they have so much coming. It's been such a successful season with the pitch clock. More people are watching, higher, quicker pace. I mean, it's awesome. So
There's an incentive to watch the games.
there is, and it's going to be. I'm so
Awesome. Yeah.
I can't wait. For
One
this last stretch.
thing I'd like to mention briefly. So the Phillies last year, they were like 10 games under 500 in June. Fired their manager, went on a big run, and then the last 3 weeks of the season, I think they were like way below 500. The last 3 weeks, like they limped into the playoffs. They had to win on the final day of the season to get in, and then they made the World Series.
Yeah.
So as a Cubs fan, they're in a very similar like kind of storyline right now. So I don't care, just get in.
Get healthy.
Get healthy and get in. That's all that.
Nick Magical, Candyman's still out. Stroman hasn't started yet.
Alzolay
Alzolai's gone.
Fulmer's gone.
A lot of dudes were missing. So
But
Don't
they're
talk
all
about
should be
don't
back.
talk about dudes missing. To me, when the Rays have their entire team that's hurt.
I'm just saying. Maybe we're both suffering the same thing.
Yeah.
Don't compare the Cubs.
Don't do that ever again either.
And we're back this week with a draft. We're gonna do fantasy football every week. We're gonna kind of do this. We're gonna pick a quarterback, wide receiver, running back, and tight end that we think that's gonna perform the best this week. Before that, with Nick Chubb unfortunately going down, if you need a running back like I did, I went and got Jerome Ford, the backup for Nick Chubb. He should now. I don't know. Later in the week, he might not still be there. But if your friends aren't football savants, Jerome Ford, pick him up. Had over 100 yards after Nick Chubb went out. Dude can play. Yeah, Kareem Hunt got signed, but who knows how long he gets to get up to speed. Jerome Ford gonna get a majority of the carries this week. So if you're out there, you need a running back, go get Jerome Ford.
Some wide. That's some great advice from John.
Come on now.
Yeah.
And I'm first in the draft. And are we doing PPR?
Yeah.
So since we're doing PPR, see the easy pick right here would be Justin Jefferson.
You're on the clock.
Right?
Yeah.
He's the best.
But you can only pick them.
That's what I'm
once
saying.
This year.
I'm gonna go. Oh, I don't know. I almost want to go with the Puku Nati dude. Sorry,
Puka Nakua.
that dude. Because Cooper Kupp comes back soon.
Yeah.
Right. And so his targets are gonna go down. They play the Bengals. Bengals have struggled so far.
So
So
then pick them.
With the first one.
I'm gonna go with Justin Jefferson.
Okay. I'll take Puka Nakua.
Actually,
Yeah.
disclaimer: you can only pick a player once a season, except quarterback. You just can't have the same.
Puka
quarterback.
Nakua has scored 51 fantasy points in 2 games this year.
So he's due for regression. In a must-win game for the Vikings, they're gonna feed Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, but the Rams play the Bengals Monday Night Football. Puka Nakua. Speaking of a guy, if he's not picked up in your fantasy league, first of all,
Oh, Puka. I have Puka.
I do too. But yeah, feed me Puka Nakua. What an awesome name.
That's awesome. Too
Like
sweet.
James Keck, what boring.
Nakua. My first pick is
Pink.
is going to be Amari Cooper. The Tennessee Titans had the worst passing defense in the NFL last year, and Nick Chubb's out. I feel like they'll feed him, so I'm gonna go Amari Cooper.
Mid. Running back.
Wait, I think it's
Oh,
his turn
Snake
again.
Draft.
Yeah, it's me again.
Snake.
My
Slithery.
second pick, I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with Brian Robinson from the
It's a fun pick.
Commanders because the Bills do not stop the run very
It's a
well.
fun pick.
So
I tell you what, for a running back who started the season possibly splitting reps, he is totally emerged
he's taking over that
as
backfield.
the best running back on that team.
Yeah.
And Antonio Gibson's still a good backup,
Yeah.
but it was interesting to see those two backs. Man, what a weird spot. I kind of want to go QB, running back. Oh baby.
Oh, baby, a triple. You're on the clock, twin.
All right, count me down. How much time do I have?
10.
Oh shoot.
9,
All right.
8, 7, 6, 5.
Give me CMC.
That's a good pick.
I don't understand. We can only pick him once, but I'd rather get him off the board. That way I have him, and you guys don't.
I'm going to go Bijan Robinson. The Lions defense still struggled last week against the Seahawks. Falcons love to run the ball. They have him and Algier that they just go. You see that angle that Robinson had, look like the Madden view against the Packers?
Yeah.
It's awesome. Give me Bijan. I have 2. Give me Travis Kelce here against the Bears.
Such a good
I know you can only pick once. That last game is kind of a feel back. I mean, him and Taylor Swift. So if Taylor Swift, he's saying
He's a Swiftie.
since he saw Taylor Swift rock out of Arrowhead, he's going to rock out of Arrowhead. So give me Travis Kelce.
Here's the thing. This is just a Bears positive note here. I was gonna pick Travis Kelce, but then I looked at the Bears defense. I like our linebackers.
I like Travis Kelce.
I think
I like our linebackers.
I think we can guard Travis Kelce.
You like your linebackers?
I
Travis Kelce.
don't think they can.
I don't really either, but I'm trying
The
to
realist, Tanner, the realist.
He doesn't have any Bears gear on.
I know, I was so surprised. He pulled up the class.
Even I have Bears gear
He
on.
pulled up the class yesterday, Cubs hat, Cubs shirt. He was ready. He
Yeah, I was
locked
ready for the
in.
game, man.
He was locked in.
Okay, so I have CMC, Puka Nakua.
Puka.
What is it?
Puka.
I said Puka.
I know, I'm just saying it.
What is it?
I don't know, I'm just saying his name.
Oh,
It's
okay.
cool.
Tight end or QB?
I don't know.
All right, you pick JJ. I'm gonna go TJ Hawkinson at tight end.
I think Tanner won.
Tanner must have hated that tape.
That's what Tanner said.
I think this Vikings team is gonna score quite a bit this week, and I think they're gonna have a lot of red zone chances. I don't think they're gonna really just blow the Chargers out on like 40-yard bombs.
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna have a lot of 15-yard passes, and I think T-Hawks is too big in the end zone. Tough to guard, so yeah, feed me Hawkinson. Were you gonna take him?
I was.
Okay.
My last 2 picks, I obviously you can't pick a quarterback back-to-back weeks in this, but I'm going Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he's going to put up. I mean, the Chiefs might break the scoring record on Sunday. I'm going
What is
Patrick
the scoring
Mahomes.
record?
A lot,
I don't know.
100?
a lot to it. No, it's 100.
And then
Back in the
gonna-
day, who knows, man?
You know, I'm going to go Darren Waller for the Giants.
Leads all
Saquon's
tight
out.
ends. Leads all the tight ends and receiving yards.
Saquon's out, so Darren Waller.
So now you need a quarterback.
Yeah, you do.
Ooh.
Hello, G.
That's a good song. You know what? Oh gosh, I was gonna do it, but I can't do that. Bears love. Can't pick them. I can't do it, can I? Oh.
I mean, he is going to be running around everywhere.
What takes you so long?
Jalen Hurts.
Justin Fields.
You picked him?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like Jalen Hurts though. I think the Bucks came off
defense is good.
hot. Jalen Hurts. The best part about Jalen Hurts' game, you put him on the 1 yard line. He's gonna get 2 guys behind him, and just push him in the end zone.
Yeah, he
They
is.
will do that 6 times a game. if they
Exactly, and that's perfect because that's 36 fantasy points. So
See who wins.
Since you can't pick quarterback back weeks, I'm not gonna want to pick Justin Fields again, so I might as well get him
that's
out
fair.
of the way.
That's fair.
He's been talking all this talk. You better back it up.
That's fair. Sorry. So go over your team.
Tanner has my team. I forgot my team already.
Johnny has Justin Fields, Bijan Robinson, Justin Jefferson, and Travis Kelce.
God, that team is valid.
That team's good.
So valid.
James
Guys, they're all good. We picked
Yours-
3 of each position.
Yours isn't very good.
Mine's not good?
James has Jalen Hurts, CMC, Puka Nacua, and TJ Hawkinson.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, every team's good.
I don't think Tanner's
I have Patty Mahomes, Brian Robinson, Amari Cooper, and Darren Waller.
Yeah, your team sucks.
Well, I mean, Amari Cooper is going against the worst passing defense in the NFL.
Yeah, but he's like a wide
Big
receiver.
shout out. They're
He's a
gonna
wide receiver.
Deshaun Watson.
Amari Cooper is going to
You're
lead
doing
this
this
in
a lot
scoring.
today.
Amari Cooper will put up 40 points.
It depends
40
what
points.
kind of pregame treatment Deshaun Watson gets in the locker room.
True.
I'm talking about the massage tables.
Well, I understood what you meant.
But that's it for us today. You guys got anything else?
I have one thing to say.
Subscribe.
Check us out on Spotify.
Oh yes, we're on
We're
Spotify
there.
now.
We're there.
Figure it
Videos
out.
and everything.
It's only been almost
You can
2
watch
months.
us. You don't just have to listen to us. You can do
I
both.
don't know why would you want to listen when you can look at us.
I mean, I understand both sides. But,
Yeah.
yeah, check it out. You can actually just go on Spotify. Link might be below. If not, Backyard Banter at Spotify. Check it out, and we're finally there. So-
And subscribe. We are getting close to 100.
We're right near 100 subscribers. We're going to do something special once we get 100 subscribers. That'll get you guys more involved. Yeah, me and May have talked about
what are
it.
we gonna do?
We're going to have them, or do you want? I'll tell you after. It's gonna be a surprise.
Secret.
But thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Deuces.